Everybody, and welcome to my video channel on driving around Comox Valley. Today we're heading to Cumberland. Cumberland is part of the Comox Valley in the west part of the valley, up against the mountains here. Just on the outskirts now, coming into Cumberland here. I was hoping that it would be clear over here, but it is in other parts of Courtenay in the valley, but as often as it is, the clouds kind of hold up against the mountain here. But anyway, we'll see how it goes, and I'll keep the window clear here. If it rains too hard, we'll try it another day. So Cumberland is a small community. It's been around since the early 1800s as far as a community. From what I understand, in the mid 1800s, coal was discovered here, and there's been a couple of coal mines, and thousands and thousands of tons of coal was extracted out of the ground here. And that was kind of the birth of Cumberland. And but mining ended in about 1960, I believe. And apparently, from what I understand as well, is there was a fair number of the Japanese people who arrived here to help in the community and in the mining, and there was a village here that contained a lot of Japanese people. We just passed the new fire hall on the right there. That just opened up a couple of months ago. So we're just going to cruise around Cumberland here, give you a feeling of the old part, the downtown Main Street area, and some new housing that's sprouted up. From what I was reading, the 2016 census said that there was about 3,700 people who reside here. It has a small downtown core with some pretty unique shops and restaurants and a few other things. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn left here, which is Dunsmuir Avenue. Dunsmuir being the main street. I'm going to go down and just turn around and come back and do the main street all in one sort of shot here, and give you a feeling of downtown Cumberland. Of course, if you're watching this, this is May, May the 27th. We're still in the middle of the pandemic, the COVID pandemic. So there's still a lot of restrictions in place with regards to travel, mask wearing, distancing. That's all still in place here. They've just opened up our restaurants. It was takeout only for the last month or two, I guess now. So I'm just going to turn around here. So yes, COVID has played a big part in how we live in this community. But fortunately, on Vancouver Island here, we've not seen it as bad as the other parts of British Columbia, particularly what we call the Lower Mainland, which is the Vancouver area. But we've had our fair share of infections and deaths, and but it's getting much better. Over 50% of the population now has had at least their first vaccination. They're vaccinating small kids now, and so that's great. So on the right here is the Royal Canadian Legion, branch number 28. Still open, still active, which is good considering a lot of legions around Canada have closed simply because of lack of support. On the left here is BC Ambulance Service. On the right is Canada Post Office. Up here on the left is Cumberland Village Bakery, the best place for bread and donuts. Great place. A couple of restaurants here on the right hand side. Pizza place on the corner here, great place for pizza. The old Bank of Montreal, or post office I should say, on the left there. Cumberland Brewing, great place to have a beer, sit outside. The food market. The old library, chocolates. Lots of great little restaurants and shops here. Bike shop, liquor store, BC Government Liquor Store. This is the old Waverley Hotel that's, I think, been around here since, the time when the town started. On the right is a museum, community center. On the left is the old fire hall. The town hall is there. This area here is very popular with mountain bikers. I'm going to pull into this parking lot on the left here, and when you come up here on the weekends, this parking lot is full of cars and people on their bikes. They've even, they've put in cleaning station here, place to wash the bikes. Because I guess there's a lot of trails around here that you can ride into. Comox Lake is just down the road there that I turned off of. We're not going to be going down there, but go back this way here. Drive a few of the side streets. Give you an idea of some of the houses here. A lot of them are just like cottages, but they've been around since back in the mid-1800s when the town was full of miners. As I said, on the right there, that's the old fire hall. Roads are a little rough here, but United Church. This is Windermere Street, Windermere Avenue, I should say. lot of the old cottages have been fixed up, and many of them, of course, have been torn down, but and new homes built. But it's still quite an eclectic group of houses around here. For those of you that have watched any of my other videos on Comox Valley, the ones I recently did for my drive to Campbell River the other day, I had had the wrong setting on the camera, so the resolution wasn't very good. I did upgrade the first part of it and added in some music, because I'm still kind of learning how to use my GoPro. And adding music in was a bit of a challenge, but then I figured out how you can do it without having to worry about copyright, and that's a huge thing. And there's lots of music that you can use that is not copyright. Let's go down this little street here. So I'm just going to give you a sort of a little sampling of the some of the residential area, the old residential area here in Cumberland. Lots of neat little places. And then we'll drive over to the west part of town, where there's a lot of new homes. And so far the rain is holding off, which is good. Drive on Kendall Avenue here. I have never been up this way, but I saw that on Google Street View, obviously newer homes here, newer part of Cumberland. Probably lots of families living in this area. I learned from talking to a couple of locals a while back, people who have lived here for many, many years, that Cumberland was kind of a place where you escaped to, if you wanted to get out of sort of the general population and wanted to be kind of a, just get out of the way from people and live your own life and not worry about a lot of rules and etc. Cumberland was kind of the place to come to. I've also had it described as kind of a redneck area, which I don't really understand what that is, but I don't know if I would describe Cumberland as that area. But it's certainly a nice community, especially with these new houses. There's lots of development that's happening here. There's our bylaw enforcement fellow there, James, I believe his name is. We're just climbing up the hill, still on Kendall. Not quite sure where this is going to lead us to, but there are some new houses down this way. This is Lyndale. Looks like a dead end, so we'll have to go down here and turn around and come back. So we're back on Kendall again. Lots of new houses being built here. So we've just made a big loop up around this new subdivision, and we're now back at Kendall Avenue where we came in. So we're gonna go back down Kendall here. Looks like Well, with when they make these developments and they build them and they design them, whatever, they don't put in my opinion, large enough space for people who own regular full-size pickup trucks or even larger cars. They expect everybody to drive smaller cars, so they give smaller space, smaller garages. So if you're moving into a place like this, that's one of the considerations, I guess, is what kind of a vehicle you're driving. So we've left that newer part of Cumberland. We're now coming back into the older part. There's a elementary school on the left here. Not sure about the names of the streets. I'm sure that some of them are named after people from the community. I would think. I think I just went down a dead-end street here. We'll see. Nope. New house is on the left here. You do see a fair amount of remodeling in some of these old houses, which is kind of nice to see because you want to restore them and try to remain or retain some sort of a heritage value. And it's starting to rain a bit. Some old little cottages here on your right. Riding Fool Hostel, established in 2003. So that gives you a pretty good idea of Cumberland, hopefully. This building on the right here is the old post office, which is now a coffee shop. Moose, the wandering moose. Doesn't appear to be open today, though. So I'm just going to drive back out here on 4th Street, and that kind of leads us out of Cumberland. If we'd gone straight through, that would take us all the way over to Royston, which is another kind of small community here in the Comox Valley. I wanted to go back out this way because I wanted, for those of you that haven't been to Cumberland in a long time, I wanted you to take another look at the fire hall that they just finished constructing here. So the new fire hall is just straight ahead of us here. Three bays, nice looking building. Actually 5 bays, wow. So there you have it. That's Cumberland, British Columbia. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for visiting, and stay safe. Thank you.